back. Goodfellas Sports TV in the building. Make sure that subscribe button, bell icon button. Won't miss another video. It's a rumor going out there that Jim Jones is an informant in the Tekashi 6ix9ine case, and that's the reason why he didn't get picked up with the worst of the Trey 9 gang. And 50 Cent was clowning him on Instagram, and there was a report, and a lot of people wonder why Jim Jones wasn't part of the Rico case. Now, if you don't know what happened, Jim Jones was on a wiretap. He was the one saying that they need to violate 6ix9ine and, you know, kick him out the gang. He wasn't no gang member to begin with, and that they needed to, you know, handle him. And him and the murder mail guy was on the phone, and they was talking about, you know, pretty much plotting to take him out the gang. Now, what violate mean is subjective. You know what I'm saying? They didn't say kill. You know, they said he needed to be violated. So at least they chose their words carefully there. But they was talking about, you know, hurting security guards. Like if he hired security, hurting the security guards, and that once, you know, security guard get dropped, nobody gonna want to stand next to him, and he don't have enough money to really put, you know, to keep security around him once they start touching him. And they said that in the city of New York, that security, even if they're ex-cops, they said all this over the wire, I'm paraphrasing though, even if they ex-cops, they can't carry firearms on them. So, you know, they was plotting on them, and people was wondering why Jim Jones wasn't part of the Rico case. And I just thought that just saying violate wasn't enough to stick for conspiracy. But now it's a report going on and saying that he was an informant. You know what I'm saying? That he ended up snitching. But, you know, that's I ain't seen no paperwork on it. You know, I see a few brothers speaking on it. I see 50 Cent speaking on it. So if the paperwork do come out that he was an informant, then, you know, then they can say that he was guilty and he was an informant. But you're seeing a lot of people forge the fake paperwork, talking about Casanova 2 times. And he said the paperwork was fake, but the other Casanova was put out on him. So I got to take him at his word, you know. But Jim Jones having a hell of a last couple weeks. 6ix9ine called him a retired rapper in the court of law. And his house got foreclosed on, and somebody bought it for, I guess, back taxes for $100. But it'd be interesting to see, you know, if it do come out that he was an informant in the paperwork. But I just thought it wasn't enough to stick by him saying violate. You know, and he wasn't in none of the videos and running up on people at the Barclays Center, and, you know, he wasn't part of the Trippie Redd situation, or it didn't sound like he was part of the situation that touched Chief Keef and Tato and them. So, you know, but they saying that he may have been an informant. And if he is an informant, well, at the end of the day, he one of those rappers that was talking about Tekashi 6ix9ine, saying he can never come back, we can never stand around him, and what he say, that he erased from history, and I don't say who can come through New York and who can't come through New York, but he ain't gonna be able to stand around me. He was sucking all that junk. And if you were snitching, then people brought up paperwork on Snoop Dogg. People said Snoop Dogg, they was down in Memphis, and this paperwork came on Snoop Dogg that he was a rat. And 6ix9ine said that a long time ago. People was talking about T.I. doing Crime Stoppers and the Falant, his boy getting killed in Cincinnati, and a lot of rappers, a lot of rappers sounded hypocritical when they talk about 6ix9ine, because they got history. Now at the end of the day, once again, some of this stuff is subjective. You know, T.I. doing Crime Stoppers, you know what I'm saying? I guess that's snitching. You know, but he said ain't no paperwork on him with the whole Falant thing. He said he didn't tell on nobody. And then the guns. People want to know how you get caught with enough guns to supply a small army, but you out here. And he said you can check my paperwork and my plea agreement, and nobody ever said I'm snitched on him. Now Snoop Dogg, 6ix9ine was saying that. He said, who you know keep going to jail, getting out? Only a rat can go to jail and keep getting out. So, you know, a lot of these dudes got an opinion on 6ix9ine, but a lot of these dudes got, you know, it seemed like they got paper trail on them about being snitches and being rats. And when it boiled down to it, man, you know, people saying, well, you know, a lot of dudes did snitch. You know, you go to Rayful Edmonds, rightfully or wrongfully so. You know, he was the guy selling work through the sales, through Pig Lad, and they was running off with his work and not paying him back. So he ended up setting them up and telling on them. You know, Frank Lucas, Nicky Barnes, Alpo, and people comparing 6ix9ine to Alpo, like, and so Alpo still walking around here taking. Alpo was a killer. You know, Alpo was a killer. I mean, who really pressing a serial killer, bro? Dude with bodies on top of bodies. 6ix9ine ain't no killer. You know what I'm saying? He ain't no killer, man. I'm talking about Alpo walking around. Yeah, he walking around. Who gonna touch him? You know what I'm saying? This dude with serious names on his resume and bodies on his resume. I mean, you can't compare that to 6ix9ine. 6ix9ine was a perpetrator. A lot of them other dudes was in the gang, gangster, full-fledged. But it's different when they put that time on your plate. You know, they say you facing 20 years of life. It's different. It hit different from the outside looking in. You know, oh yeah, don't do the crime if you can't do the time. You know, you looking up and they saying 44 years, 40 years, 20 years, 55 years. You really gonna stand there and eat that time? Now the average working man saying, no, I ain't going to jail for nobody, nothing, whoop-de-whoop. And I'm, you know, that's the average working man, but it doesn't, the laws of the streets and the laws of the working class man, the honest honest working man doesn't go parallel. You know what I'm saying? And that's what people got to understand. But everybody got an opinion on 6ix9ine, but it seemed like a lot of these dudes got residue on their reps. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these dudes got a little rust on their reps, and people think they supposed to forget. This is the social media era. You know what I'm saying? This is social media era. People can go whatever and pull up paperwork. People can go wherever and make fake paperwork. People can go wherever, you know, do whatever. People go back and post your paperwork online. It ain't never gone. This ain't the 90s where you make a good rap song and it's gone forever. No, somebody gonna pull that up. So, hey, it is what it is, man. Everybody got an opinion until they in somebody's shoes or forgot they was in somebody's shoes. So, yeah, let me know what y'all think about Jimmy. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request. Appreciate the love, support. Share the videos one time for the one time we gone.